Hello everybody, Steph here, welcome to my channel. It looks like in 2025 the meaning of Italian excellence has just been redefined, and this time is not about motorsport, food or fashion, it's about guitar pedals. Like this one, ladies and gentlemen. This beautiful box that I'm holding in my left hand is the Fuzz Rangers by Formula B, which is a 100% Italian brand. By the look that I gave to their website, most of their products is heavily inspired by the sound of Jimi Hendrix, Stevie Ray Vaughan. It looks like they're really oriented in that direction, which is absolutely fascinating and great because that kind of sound is iconic, all right? Not exactly 100% my cup of tea all the time, but I've been listening to this pedal, a lot of demonstration of this pedal, and I thought like I should give it a try. First of all, let me show you how this pedal works. Because as you see, there are two switches, okay? And the reason for the two switches is because basically you have two pedals in one box. On one side you have the Fuzz, which is inspired by the 60s silicone fuzz face. On the other hand, you have the treble boost, which is very, very important and is inspired by, of course, the Dallas Rangemaster pedal, which is not a character of Chuck Norris, is a pedal, all right? A very important one for us guitar players. And before diving into the specific and trying the pedal, of course, let me tell you this. Guitar players are split in two parts, especially when it comes to fuzz, which is one of my biggest guitar love, okay? But fuzz is difficult. It's important to be picky when you deal with fuzzes. And there is one part of guitar players which are obsessed with whatever is included inside here. Everything, in a very nerdy way. And on the other hand, you have people like me which know nothing about amps, nothing about pedals, nothing about pickups. And I'm not saying that the other part is wrong, it's just not where I belong. So if you expect this review to be like a nerdy list of whatever is inside this pedal and this and that, there are other people which are way better prepared than me. For me, a pedal essentially has to, like an amplifier or a guitar, has to answer two fundamental questions. Question number one, do I like it? And question number two, do I need it? Because I have the perspective and the point of view of the touring guitar player, so fundamentally I buy these pedals to use them and not just to collect them or analyze what there is inside or whatever. I switch them on, I dial it a bit with the switches and the pots and whatever, and it has to work the way I like it. Okay? So I think it's enough with the chat and it's time to give it a try. Fuzz Rangers. Go, go, Fuzz Ranger. Sorry. Before switching on this wonderful beast of a pedal, let me give you a taster of how the guitar and the amp sound. There is no other pedals involved. This is the guitar through the pedal, straight into the amp, and the pedal right now is switched off. So this is how this guitar sound is a Tele-style guitar by Vintage, and the amp is a 1963 Hohner tube amp. Hohner is the same brand that builds the world famous harmonicas. Okay, back then they were building amplifiers like this. This is the neck pickup. This is the center position. And of course, bridge. Let's switch on the pedal, and I'm switching on the fuzz part first. Let's start with explaining a little bit how I set it up, okay? The fuzz is more or less on 11, and the level of the pedal is quite pushed hot, quite hard. This is because I don't want the fuzz to be too fuzzy, too distorted, but I want it to have a very rich tone, very powerful, very deep and rich. So that's why I push the level and I reduce a little bit the fuzz, okay? Volume of the guitar around 8. And I already love it, because like this, it almost sounds like the pedal is not engaged at all. It sounds like the clean. A little bit more volume on the guitar. Start biting a little bit. It's beautiful. 9, more or less, the volume of the guitar on 9. Oh yeah. We enter the fuzzy zone, okay, the fuzzy zone. Woo, I love it. Volume on 10. I love it how incredibly dynamic and responsive to dynamics this pedal is. Even without changing much in terms of tone and volume on the guitar, the response to the dynamics is amazing, all right? So even if I leave the volume on 10, but I change the pressure, the amount of pressure that I apply with the pick, or I play with the fingers, like this is volume on 10, okay? And the other thing that I love about this pedal is that when I correct the volume, I change the volume on the guitar, of course the sound becomes cleaner, but it's not missing frequencies. It stays rich and deep in tone, okay? The spectrum of the dynamic of the frequencies, the spectrum of the frequencies is very rich, it's full. It's just a matter of saturation. So the cleanup of this pedal, which is something that usually guitar players that look for fuzz, they really look for, this specific, you're gonna be extremely satisfied with this friend of mine. I already love it very much. Let's change pickup, okay? Center position, volume on 9. Volume on 10. Beautiful. Bridge pickup, volume on 10. Playing with fingers. It's amazing. I really love this pedal. The response to the dynamic is what I love the most. Let's play around a little bit with the fuzz and the level. So let's bring the fuzz up and the level down and see what happens. Definitely fuzzier. I prefer it the other way around, like I did it before, like this. I like the fuzz to be a little bit more subtle, okay? But hey, it's great and it's so versatile, okay? You can get so many fuzzy tones out of this box, it's amazing. Let's switch to the treble boosting part. The treble boosting part is independent, okay? The two sides of the pedals work together or separately. And on the treble boosting part, you have many parameters that you can deal with. There is the level of the boost, which is regulated by this knob, which is very solid, very elegant, and very nice. This switch over here regulates how much of the treble boosting you want to influence the frequencies of the sound of the original source, okay? Right now I have it on low because I want the tone to maintain this deep and rich in bass frequencies. Of course, if you go towards the high, the cut will be more impressive, okay? And then you have another switch that works when both fuzz and treble booster are engaged. Basically, this regulates if you want the fuzz to go into the boost or if you want the boost to be placed before the fuzz. And of course, the sound is dramatically different. I prefer the fuzz to go into the boost for the same reason as before. I don't want the original frequencies of the sound that I have to be altered too much, okay? And I don't want it to be too sparkly, too rich in highs and low and high mids, okay? So this is the sound without the treble booster. This is with. You see, it maintains the rich frequencies, the low mids and lows, but it cuts a little bit. And it's very useful when you play a solo with a band, for example, because without adding any extra saturation that you may not desire, it makes your frequencies stand out. And that's very, very useful. I think you really appreciate the contribution of the treble boosting side when the volume of the guitar is not completely on 10. So if you bring the volume of the guitar around 8 or 9, so a little bit cleaner, and then you add the treble boost, it gives that kind of sparkly, glassy tone that we like, especially in the recordings of Stevie Ray Vaughan. Oh, I love it. Ooh, and the sustain, it's amazing. What can I say? I love this pedal, really. It's one of those pedals like the Strymon Deco, I think. It's one of those pedals that you put in the pedal board and you switch it on at the beginning of the gig and you switch it off when the gig is done. So to answer my initial two fundamental questions, do I like it? No, I adore it. It's beautiful. Definitely will enter my pedal board for live touring right now. I'm so glad I managed to find this pedal and to test it. It's probably one of the best fuzz pedals I ever tried because, again, it's not too saturated if you don't want to. It's extremely saturated if you want it to be. And the combination with the treble boosting basically is two fundamental pedals in one box, which is it makes it really valuable and really helpful. And the second fundamental question, do I need it? Yes, of course I do. And well done, Formula B. I'm so proud of waving the Italian flag with you guys. Extremely well done, an amazing product, totally recommended. See you at the next video.